friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and this is my channel, Lady Robins. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am so happy to have you here. I appreciate you coming and joining me, maybe clicking like and subscribe. Who knows, you might do something crazy, right? And for those of you that have been with me, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate all of you being here and being on this journey, this cross-stitch journey with me. In case you are new here, what am I going to tell you? This is a channel about cross stitch. That's what I'm going to tell you. It has been, gosh, almost 3 weeks since I had the opportunity to film a FlossTube. So I had a free minute. I thought, I owe you guys a video. In fact, I probably owe you 3 or 4, right? But I'm only going to do one. So today is the 20th of June. Summer starts tomorrow and it looks like fall here in the Pacific Northwest. I look out the window on my neighbor's side yard and it is raining and it is overcast and I feel like I should be wearing, you know, sweatshirts and all of those things. It's just ridiculous. I had yesterday off from work because it's a national holiday. We celebrated Juneteenth, Freedom Day. So I hope you all had a really nice Juneteenth and were able to celebrate that holiday. I was able to get some stitching done, but also get together with my sister for a little bit. So it was nice. Because of that, I have 5 days off in a row. I have the dumbest schedule at work. And I work on Mondays and Fridays and Saturdays. So I have Sunday through Thursday off. I have 5 days off from work right now, which is great. And it has helped me get a couple of things finished that have been riding around the desk here in the craft room. So I do have a few things to share with you, some finishes and some stitching. So let's get into it. This is FlossTube number 140. Today again is June 20th, 2023. And yeah, sit back, grab your beverage. I have mine. And what have I got today? Well, today I grabbed this mug. This is my Illinois mug from the old Starbucks You Are Here series, which I love, which we talk about every single week. And you can see I've already been having my beverage. I've got lipstick stains on the mug. And in the cup, I have got a chai latte. And this is a mix from Trader Joe's. It's their spicy chai latte mix, which I adore. And so I'm going to start with a little chai and then let's get on to the stitching. What do you think? Okay, so like I told you, I have two fully finished objects since last I saw you. One of them I can't show you, but hopefully you follow me on Instagram. It's the same name, Lady Robins, so Robin with a Y. So on that Instagram feed, I showed that I finished my dad's Boston light stitch by the Primitive Hare and brought it over to him. It's fully framed. My husband made the frame from scratch from a piece of teak that he bought at here in Seattle. It's called Second Use Seattle. So it's a place that resells, you know, furniture, cabinets, light fixtures, toilets, pieces of wood, stone. It recycles everything that you can think of under the sun. And it was a really nice piece of teak that my husband had spotted at Second Use Seattle for, you know, next to nothing, and just thought, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I need that piece. And we wonder how old the wood is because you can see the cuts. What do they call it? Like not cross hatching, but you can see the cut lines from the saw. So it had really cool texture, and my husband decided that would be the perfect project. So he made the frame from scratch. He did a fantastic job. So if you haven't seen my finish on Boston Light, go check out my Instagram feed so you can see that piece and the wonderful, fabulous frame that my husband made. The other thing that I finished since last we got together, I think last time when I filmed FlossTube, I had finished the stitching, but now it is framed. This is Love You to Death. This is by Silver Creek Samplers, and I love it. I love it. And this frame, my husband made from a frame we picked up at Goodwill. Goodwill, that's the name of the place. And it was gold. He painted it black, and then he put a real shiny kind of sealer on it. It's perfect. Don't you think it's perfect? So way down here, if I can figure out which way to point, I've got his initials, my initials, and then of course I, put my stitching date and initials on it. So here is Love You to Death, and it turned out fantastic, don't you think? I think my husband knocked it out of the park on this frame. So we have we have watched the tutorials by Kim Goldman, the Contented Stitcher, and we've had such great help from her. Who else? There's 2 or 3 people that have videos up on YouTube about remaking frames to custom frame stuff. So anyway, that's the 2 FFOs, fully finished objects. We're really happy. And then my husband is so cute. He's hung this right by his computer. So he gets to look at it every minute of every day if he wants to. But it works out great. It actually looks really good on the wall behind the computer because, the computer is, dark with a dark screen. And so, this little frame just blends right into the computer area. So I'm really super thrilled. Oh, you can see my lacing on the back. I didn't close it up. Sorry, Helen, I know that you're a good one about doing that, and I'm kind of on the lazy side. But anyway, there it is. One last shot. Hopefully this will be my screenshot for the video, right? I'll sit back. Yeah? Anyway, I couldn't be happier with how that turned out. There is stitching, you guys. There are WIPs that I'm going to show you. Some of them don't have a lot of progress. We had a couple of things happen, which is why the videos are delayed. We did have a death in the family. Not my parents. Don't freak out. It's not my parents, but it was my my uncle Bill, who is the husband of my mom's sister. So completely unexpected. He had some sort of massive heart thing. They say it wasn't a heart attack, but anyway, he actually had the medical emergency when I was down in Arizona, and I was getting phone calls from my other uncle keeping me updated. And so my Uncle Bill did pass, and it's hard to think, gosh, we're that next generation, they're next in line. I really hate that thought. But his celebration of life was really super nice. He was a mortician by trade, and his oldest son, my cousin Mark, took over the business from him, worked with his dad for years, and then took over the business when my Uncle Bill retired. And now my cousin is, I don't know if he's retired or on the cusp of retiring, but his oldest daughter is taking over the business from him. So such a family legacy, but it was really a thoughtful, beautiful days. Sorry, getting all choked up. Sorry. Because really, I don't know, it sounds bad, maybe. I'm not that sad about it because I know where he is. I know where he is. Okay, so anyway, I don't want to go on and on and on about Uncle Bill and his services, but it was super nice. The nice thing about the services is I kind of got to reconnect with cousins and family members that I don't see all that often. And I kind of felt like we shored up some of those relationships, and we have plans of getting together sooner as opposed to later. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So let's talk about what we're here for. Should we talk about cross stitch? I have all sorts of junk on the counter here down in front of me, which I'm gonna make you look at with me. So, all right, where to start? How about something that's almost an FFO, a finished object? Shall we start with that? Oh my goodness, my camera's sitting on my cross stitch. Sorry for the wiggles there. Okay, so I have the Stitching Book Club Frankenstein piece. This has also been sitting around in the craft room unfinished forever. And if you have not seen this, or you didn't buy this to purchase it, you guys, this is a really fun stitch. When I was in college, I took a literature class, which was science fiction as literature. And one of the books we read for that class was Frankenstein. I'd never read it. It is an excellent read. If you have not read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, go read it or listen to it on audio. It's fantastic. It is really super fantastic. So I finally have gotten around to stitching Frankenstein. And here I am. And I have made I'm making a few personalizations. What I have decided to do is I'm stopping here. And in fact, I don't know if you can see on the pattern, but anyway, there is a huge border, a huge intricate border that goes all the way around the piece. And while that's not terrible and it looks really nice, I have decided that I don't want to spend another 2, maybe even 3 weeks adding in this intricate border. So I am going to unstitch, I'm going to frog out all of this beginning part of the border and just say, done, finished. Because I think all of the important bits are here. And that's it. I'm pulling a Kim Goldman, right? I am editing my pattern so that I'm happy with it. And I will be happy with a finish as opposed to slogging along to put in that border, which is not to say it's not wonderful, because it is, but I'm just ready. I'm ready for it to be done, and I'm ready to move on to other stitching. So this evening, my stitching time is going to be unstitching time, and I am going to take out the beginning of that intricate border. I'm gonna iron it. I'm gonna measure it for a frame, because my husband is already, ready to make another frame for me, and we're gonna get it up on the wall and be done with it. I stitched this on. This is a Picture This Plus. I think this is 32 count vellum. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And then I stitched it all in DMC 935. So monochromatic piece. So we all know how fun those are to stitch. So there is Frankenstein. I'm calling this an FO in about 12 hours, right? It will be an FO in 12 hours, and then we'll get to work on the framing for it. So that is one of the things that I spent a lot of time working on. I don't know if you guys remember, but at the beginning of the year, Melanie Watkins created a Facebook group, and please don't ask me the name because I can't remember, but it was pick so many pieces and you have to get at least half of them done by the end of the year. So it was like, complete a WIP or, some darn thing. Anyway, that was one of the pieces that I put on my board for that challenge. So I'm really stoked to have that done. Another piece, as long as I'm talking about that challenge, another piece that I put on that, complete some WIPs in 2023 challenge was this piece, the coverlet houses. I think I've got my camera upside down or something because I'm putting things in a different place, so I'm all discombobulated. But anyway, coverlet houses. So this is one that I also would like to finish by the end of the year. And when last we got together, I was still about halfway down in this middle section. So I finished that middle section. So here it is. Yeah, I think I've got my camera backwards from what I usually do. But anyway, I've finished this middle section, and then I need to get to move on to section 3. And then there's some bits across the bottom. There's, the alphabet and that, and who knows, I might just edit it and just, call it good once I've got that done. So that's what I'm thinking. So there's another WIP that is moving along, and this one I am stitching in NPIs. I bought a kit, and so it came with the 4 NPIs you need, and I've been having a blast stitching in the silk. And then I'm doing it on a 32 count platinum Belfast linen. So it's really looking pretty. I am really looking forward to a finish on this one as well. And both Frankenstein and coverlet houses, I think I started both of those in 2020. So these are things that have just been languishing. So it is time to move them forward and get them going. So these two, I just see sorry, I saw my neighbor's cat go up her back stairs. Those two, I'm gunning for a finish this year. And then another WIP that I'm working on, let me just drag these closer to me, is cardinal points. And cardinal points, I can't remember. Let me look at my calendar. Here's my book of days, of course. Cardinal points is one of my WIP Go calls for this month. So, and in fact, Frankenstein was my other WIP Go call. That's why that kind of rose to the top of the pile again. So in case you haven't seen cardinal points in a while, here is the cover. Isn't that pretty? Can you see that? Yeah. So anyway, I've been working on cardinal points, and this I started, it's a 2020, was this also a 2020 start? It might be. Apparently there was a lot of starting in 2020, but not much finishing. But anyway, here I am on cardinal points, and I'm a little less than halfway done. But this was, what was this? Long Dog Leap Day Sell. Erin, who's the 2 Martini Stitcher, she created a hashtag. And the idea was grab a long dog, start a long dog, and finish it by Leap Day. So it gives you 4 years to work on it, right? Okay, Leap Day is next year, and I'm only halfway done. So I need to get the pedal to the metal on this guy. I don't know if I will get it done by Leap Day, but it sure would be fun if I would. So anyway, since last we got together, let's see, I know I finished that big basket. I know I finished these 2 motifs. I might have finished the flowers on this side, and then I'm putting the grass in, and then there's a dog here. There'll be a dog over here as well. So and a couple other motifs. So looking forward to making some significant progress on cardinal points this month. And I realize that today is the 20th, but I mean, I still have 11 days, right? So I could just go, I could just go nuts on this thing for 11 days and, see where I get to. It's so pretty. The flosses for this thing, you guys, are just, let me break out the ring of flosses. It might, okay, so I bought extras of all of them because I like stitching 2/2. So I figured, yeah, I'll chew up a lot of floss. So there's my second baggie of flosses for this guy. And the reason I've got these separated is the first group of flosses, I washed them. I washed all of them to see what's color fast and what's not, because since I'm stitching this, basically on 32 count white, I figured by the end of 4 years, I'm probably going to need to wash it. So I wanted to make sure that everything was color fast. And that way I can, I can give it a little light, little light wash, before I frame it. So these have not been washed yet. So when I have to break into these, there'll be a couple of hours in the kitchen where I'll just wash them all. And anyway, that's where I'm on cardinal points. Every time I break this out, I'm like, oh, I love this piece. So that is super fun. And because Frankenstein is on my WIP Go board, I'm going to sub something in for I think I still have like 3, is it 3? I've got my WIP Go. Yeah, 1, 2. I still have, this is my WIP Go. And I just put the same piece in each column because I just want to finish things up. So anyway, I think I will, I'll sub something into Frankenstein. I'll have to think about it. I don't know what I'm going to sub. I've got a piece that my sister asked me to stitch for her, which I haven't touched in forever. So I might sub that in. So I start working on that again for my sister. A funny story. We have friends that come over about once a month. We have a cocktail party on Friday nights, and it was a big fun gathering last Friday. All of the the high schools and the colleges are all, graduation is upon us, and we had let's see, we've got 2 kids in our group that graduated high school. My son graduated from community college with his associate's degree. And then did we have any others? I don't think we had any others. But we had 3 graduates at the cocktail party. And as I was, going back into the kitchen to bring snacks out, I overheard somebody say, "Man, she really does a lot of stitching." Because my house, the walls are just getting gobbled up by, cross-stitched. I'm thinking, my husband is just so thrilled to frame things, but I think we're going to have to figure out something besides framing for everything, because we're not going to have any wall space left. I'm going to look like Brenda from Brenda and the Cereal Starter. Is just going to be but it made me kind of happy to hear that, because that was such a cute comment. Let's see, another thing that I have worked on since last I saw you, and it's not a lot of work, but I'm like, I've got so little stitching to show you that I just like, oh, what the heck, I'm just gonna show it. I did dust off Huckleberry Farm, and I think this was called for WIP Go last month, and I did not get my 5 days in, so I need to make up some stitching on this so I can cross it off. But this is another one where I absolutely love the colors, I love the pattern, and so since last we got together, here we are again. I've got my camera in a different place. This whole thing is just driving me crazy. Here we go. So what I was able to get done was, let's see, I hadn't gone very far on the border, so I finished up this little guy up here. I think I hadn't put the B in, and then this little guy down here holding the blueberries, and then that B. So I think those are the few things that I was able to put in on Huckleberry Farm. And this is another one that I did put on my board as a possible finish in 2023, which, you know, if I buckle down, I could finish it. But there's, you know, the problem is, you guys, there's so much stitching I want to do that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do something small and then I'll have a finish. And then I never get to the big pieces because they're like, oh, I'm not going to get a finish. I want to work on this because I'm going to have a finish. So I'm finding that I'm less likely to start something if it's going to be a bigger piece, because I'm kind of digging those quick little fast finishes. Okay, so that's my you know, teeny bit of progress on Huckleberry Farm, and you know, I might have to do Cardinal Points Huckleberry Farm, so I kind of give love to both of them here at the end of June, so I can get caught up on my WIP goals, and that both of them show progress. So that's where I'm at on that. Let's see, what else? Oh, we've got 3 more things over here. Oh, one, I'm gonna need your opinion. So stay tuned, put your thinking cap on for me, because I'm gonna ask you an opinion here when I get to the last WIP. Let's see, I don't know if I've touched this without a mouse, this Blackberry design, since last we got together, maybe. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna flash it at you so you know where I'm at. I've been having fun working on this. I think maybe I finished the word house and got started on that little moon. I think that's all I've done since last we got together. And you know, again, a great monogamous, you know, color, not, you know, a single color. Is that right? Monogamous, yeah. Color stitch. I love those because I can actually bring them to work. Excuse me. I can bring them to work and do them on my, you know, do a little stitching on my break, because if I bring something, you know, if I'd bring Cardinal Points, I'd get nothing done. I'd get all my flosses laid out, and then I'm like, oh, look, my break's over. So I need something that's a single color. And, you know, this fits the bill. So I am slowly but surely working on that. That pumpkin house, that's going to be no joke, right? That's going to take a bit of floss, but it'll look great when it's done. So I worked on that. And then I was thinking, gosh, you know, summer's right around the corner, and I've got my Shepherd's Bush spring notes up in my front entryway. Man, I gotta get going, because I need to stitch summer notes, because like summer starts tomorrow. So it'll just get done during summer. So here is Summer Notes by Shepherd's Bush, and it's got a sailboat. Yay! If you follow me on Instagram, you guys, did you love it? We're laying the sails out for our cute little sailboat. So we're hoping to be sailing here within a month. There were a couple of things we found out, and I say we like I have anything to do with it. My husband's, you know, the woodworker. He's the one that's doing the thing. But we found out that one of the I was going to say sticks. Very nautical, huh? One of the sticks is about 4 inches too short. So my husband was able to to splice 4 inches on. Don't ask me how this happens. It's all epoxy and dowels and glue and, you know, stuff. But he has fixed that, so that's cool. So he was able to sand it and finish it, drill the holes, you know, for the rigging. So we need to go back to the backyard, and then we need to do the same thing. We need to lay the sails down on top of it, and then he can mark where all of where he needs to drill holes for you know, the rigging and the lines and all that stuff. So we're getting there. I just need it to stop the heck raining, because he and I are so lazy. I'm like, I don't want to lay the sails out on the wet grass. That's gonna be no fun. So we need a sunny day. Would you all start praying for sunshine, please? Okay, so I gave myself permission for a new start here about a week ago, and so this is where I'm at. I've got the little rose border down the side, a couple of the blue flowers. I don't know if they're columbine or whatever, but I just thought you know how sometimes, even though you've got a million WIPs, because don't we all, right? I have a million WIPs and I didn't want to work on any of them. And so it was like, well, I need to get summer notes done, so I need to start it. So I started summer notes, and I did not use the called for fabric. I went for a 32 count vintage country mocha, and I did a floss toss. Excuse me, the flosses look fantastic on vintage country mocha, 32 count. So I went with it. So, yep, I think between Cardinal Points and Huckleberry Farm, I'm going to need to do a little bit on summer notes to get that done before autumn. So that was fun. I think that was maybe 2 evenings of stitching, watching TV. I'm slow. We've talked about this before. I'm not the fastest stitcher. Okay, now I have no business with a new start. However, I have got to stitch a birth sampler for my cute little niece, Allison, who is 5 months old. And so I picked up this pattern. It's by the Historical Sampler Company, and it is just sweet. Look at this. There's bees and flowers. We can get her, you know, her name, her birthday, and her weight. Oh, excuse me. FlossTube knows, isn't that what they call it? But it is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It is 136 by 182. What? I thought this would be a whole lot smaller. So I need to start it. Now, here's where you guys can help me. You know, I'm not an Aida stitcher. I like linen. I like the look of linen. So I have tossed all the flosses, as they say. And you know, here's our color palette. Isn't it beautiful? Look at those. Oh, they're so pretty. So this is Fox and Rabbit Hog Bristle. And this is a 32 count. So, you know, of course I do it 2/2, which will look lovely, right? Now comes the but. But it'll probably take me forever, right? So then I thought, well, maybe I should try something different, because I never stitch on Aida. Maybe I should try stitching on Aida. So I had to go down to Oregon for a doctor's appointment, and which means I was, you know, within minutes of Acorns and Threads. So when I went to Acorns and Threads, I picked up this, and this is a 20 count ivory Aida. And, you know, those colors, oops, those colors that I'm throwing on the floor will look really pretty on the Ada. But it's kind of stiff. That's why I don't like Ada, you guys. It's kind of stiff. It's a little crunchy. But I've heard that Ada stitches up faster. So I'm asking you, my stitchers out there, my stitchy community, would you stitch it on the Ada, or would you get a different Ada? Because I'm thinking, 20 count, I can see that, so maybe I just need a different Ada, right? Or would you just go with the beloved, 2/2 on linen? What do you think? I'm leaning towards Ada, but what I'm wondering is, do I need something different? Because already I'm like, I don't like the feel of this. I like the feel of this. I don't like the feel of this. So if I do it on Ada, what are your suggestions? Who should I buy Ada from? Because I don't know. I mean, it would be okay, but I don't think I would enjoy stitching it. So help me. Give me your opinions in the comments below. Tell me, if I do Ada, or if you stitch on Ada, where should I get a softer Ada? I know that there's tons of people that dye Ada. Acorns just didn't seem to have any, dyed Ada, and I don't know who to get it from. I mean, I really, who do you buy your Ada from? I know that Brandy at Be Stitch Me, I know that she sells Ada, but who else? And is there somebody that that's on like 1, 2, 3 Stitch, so I could get it quickly? Because I kind of feel like I need to start, because she's 5 months old. She's gonna get it when she's 18 at the rate I'm going, and I don't want that. And my niece, she came up to Seattle. They live in Phoenix. She came up to Seattle with Allison, and I think she thought that the baby sampler was going to be presented to her when she got up here, and I'm like, I haven't started. I think she was a little disappointed. So I need to get going on this. So, thoughts, opinions, comments. Robin, just do what you always do. Stitch on the 32. It'll be done when it's done. Let me know. I need some advice and some opinions. So that, my friends, is all of the stitching. Couple of book recommendations for you, because we can't not. I just got done reading book number 2 in this series. You guys, it is so cute. The Royal Rabbits of London. It is absolutely adorable, by Santa, I'm not going to say this right, Montefiore. Take a screenshot if you need it. But it's a kid's chapter book, but look at the wonderful drawings in here. They're just adorable. Okay, here's the rats. Yeah, so underneath Buckingham Palace, in case you didn't know, there is a burrow of royal rabbits that protect the king and queen. Here's rabbits. Here's the rabbits that are doing some protecting. So anyway, if you need a fun kids book, there's 4 in the series. This is number 2. I've read 1 and 2, so I'll be ordering up number 3 from my library here shortly. And then, because I finished that, I am gonna start The White Lady by Jacqueline Winspear. I haven't read it. I haven't read anything yet except, the inside blurb, and it's a reluctant ex-spy with demons of her own. Okay, I'm in. Yep, I'm gonna read this guy. So that's my future read. I did finish Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult, and it's a good kind of mystery, I will say I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. I wanted to really like it, but it was good. It was a solid read. I would definitely read anything by Jodi Picoult. I thought the writing was good. There were a few little red herrings that, you know, kind of made me go, oh, maybe this or maybe that, and got me, you know, kind of, you know, thinking through who, you know, who possibly could have done it and all that stuff. So it was good. I enjoyed it. But so far, my two favorite reads, Anna, hello, who is Stitch Roadie. She and I are in lockstep. Our two favorite reads so far this year have been Lessons in Chemistry. Love that book. And then Someone Else's Shoes. Same with me, Anna. Those are my top two so far for this year. So if you haven't read those two, I would say scurry on over and pick those up from your local library, or, you know, purchase them from a bookstore if you're so inclined. So that's it for me, you guys. Funny little story around here. We are hard into gardening. My husband has discovered that he likes being out in the yard despite the fact that, you know, he's got terrible hay fever. He is having the most fun. He is having an absolute complete blast growing herbs. He has now grown so much basil that we made pesto. We made homemade pesto, and it was so good. We had pizza last night for dinner, and I don't know if anybody remembers the restaurant Cucina, which was an Italian restaurant, and I don't know if they were, you know, nationwide here in the United States, but they were at least in the Pacific Northwest area. My favorite pizza of all times was the Cucina goat cheese pizza, and it had pesto was the sauce, and then goat cheese, and then roasted red peppers, pine nuts, and Kalamata olives. Yum! It's my favorite pizza. And so we were able to make homemade goat cheese pizza for dinner last night, and it's all I can do not to make pizza for dinner tonight again. I asked my son, hey, what do you want for dinner? And he goes, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I know what I want, but I'm not sure we can really justify pizza 2 nights in a row, but it was delicious. So anyway, we've been having a lot of fun doing the gardening, and oh yeah, my husband is out there. He's, you know, he's making sure everything's watered. It's just adorable. I love seeing him so happy doing that. So anyway, that's it for me, you guys. Have a great week, a great month. I'll be back as soon as I can. I always have hopes and dreams, right? Hopes and dreams that I'll be able to film every 2 weeks for you guys, but this is just not the way my world is shaken out right now. But anyway, we'll just, you know, we'll do the best we can, right? We'll just do the best we can and go on from there. So have a great day. Enjoy your stitching. Stitch happy, and I will see you when I can see you. Okay, bye, friends.